It sure was fun exploring all the new lands around the island, but I think I need to get back to studying the magic books. So while I was looking through one book, I came across something called the annual Grand Rite. This competition has wizards from all over come together to fill their spellbooks with new spells by collecting various magical components known as materia. Once their spellbooks or their familiars are full, they win the competition. I wonder if I can participate. I didn't need to wait long. The portal took me to the competition. Good thing I read up on it. I have 7 spell cards that I need to fill and a familiar, which in my case looks like a wood golem. We start with 7 materia on the altar. Each day we'll take 1 materia from the altar or 2 from the vortex, or I can use a spell if I have learned it. These are my morning spells. Until I learn any midday spells, the only thing I can do is store some materia on my familiar. I won't be able to use that materia again, but it will score me points at the end of the competition. The spells are broken up into 3 phases: morning, midday, or evening. Those are the only times I can use them, and that's my only midday card. The evening action allows me to learn a spell. Each spell costs either 3, 4, or 5 materia, depending on the level. I'll put 1 on my spell card and discard the rest. If I don't have enough of one color, I can use 3 materia of any color as long as they have the same rune on them as a wild materia. But I will still need to spend at least 1 materia of the color I need. These spells have a lightning bolt effect, which happens immediately, but I can only do it once. This spell has always an effect, which is to take any additional daytime action, but I would need to unlock level 3 of that spell to be able to use that. That's why I have it up here by my daytime spells. I can only learn 1 level of each spell, but I can use that level or any levels below the one I learn. At the end of the day, and before refilling the altar, I'll take 1 materia and place it on the first empty spot on my opposing wizard's board. The altar will always start with 7 materia each morning for us to choose from. If I place a materia on these last spots, the altar will get discarded and 7 new materia will come out. The competition is over when I learn all 7 of my spells, or I fill up my familiar, or the other wizards fill up their board. I'll add up the points on my spells and my familiar, then compare it to the competitor's points and see who is higher. In the event of a tie, no one wins. Let the competition begin! I'll start off with 2 white materia. I want to learn time travel to at least the 2nd level, if not the 3rd level. That'll let me discard certain materia to increase a spell's level. For my first morning action, I'm going to draw 2 materia from the vortex. And I get a coal, which is black, and a magma, which is red. I could spend these 3 as a wild since they all have the same rune, but I'm not going to yet. Instead, for my midday action, I'm going to put the black materia on my familiar. I don't have enough to take my evening action, which is learning a spell, so I'll take a yellow materia and put it on the other wizard's board. Then the altar gets refilled up to 7 again, and it's a new day. I'm just going to take 1 vapor white materia from the altar for my first action. I won't store anything for my midday action, and I don't have enough materia to learn a spell yet. So I'll just take a mercury, a blue materia, and put it on the wizard's board. Then I'll refill the altar to 7. Next day, what am I gonna do? I'll take another white materia from the altar. I'm not gonna store anything for my midday, but I am gonna learn a spell for my evening action. So I'll place 1 of my materia on the level 2 spell of time travel and discard the other 3 since the level 2 cost 4 white materia. Now I'll be able to spend either a circle or triangle rune to level up another spell. We'll put a black materia on the other wizard's board, then refill the altar. For my morning phase, I'll draw 2 from the vortex, which turns out to be a blue and a green. Those are not helpful at all. I'm going to go ahead and store the green one on my familiar. I don't have enough for another spell, and since I can't increase time travel's levels, I'm done with the evening phase as well. I'll put a white on the other wizard's board, and because we reach the end of the row, the altar will be reset with 7 new materia. I'll take a red from the altar for my morning action, then I'll store the blue on my familiar. Not enough materia for a spell yet, so I'll pass my evening action, and then I'll put a purple or poison materia on the other wizard's board. We'll refill the altar, and then I'll take a red. I'm not going to store anything on my familiar. Not enough materia for any spells again, so they get a black materia and the altar gets refilled again. Looks like I'll take the red one again. Can you tell what I'm going for? I'm not storing anything again, but I will learn a new spell. Level 3 Sacrifice. Discard 1 circle rune to draw 4 materia. And since I have the time travel spell, I'll be able to increase this spell up 1 level in the future, if I want to. The other wizards will get a white materia, and I'll refill the altar. For my morning phase, I'll activate my sacrifice spell, so I'll discard my circle materia and draw 4 more. 2 black and 2 white. I'm not storing anything for my midday action again, but I'll activate my time travel for my evening action, so I'll discard this circle rune to push my sacrifice up 1. Now I can discard a circle or a triangle rune to draw 4 new materia from the vortex. I'll give the other wizards a blue materia, then refill the altar up to 7. I'll discard a circle materia to draw 4 for my morning sacrifice spell. That gives me a red, yellow, white, and purple materia. I'm going to store the white on my familiar for my midday action. Now I have a choice. I can spend these 3 runes with the black to learn Feast at a level 3 and push it up later with my time travel spell. Or I can wait. I think I'll wait. I now have a variety of colors that I can use later. The wizards will get a yellow materia, and that will reset the altar. So I'll refill it to 7, and then it's back to me. I'll discard this black materia for my morning phase to draw 4 new ones. So that'll give me a yellow, green, purple, and another purple. So I now have an abundance of purple and yellow materia. Now, yellow would let me learn abundance at a level 3 and let me draw 2 materia immediately. Well, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 materia. There is a hard limit of 9. Or I could learn Levitation, the purple, at a level 4, which is take 2 triangle runes. Decisions. so I'm just gonna store the green materia. The other wizards will get a white materia and refill the board with 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 more days to learn 5 more of my spells before the other wizards do. I better get a learning. I have 7 materia, so I'll discard 1 to draw 3. Normally I draw 4, but because I already had 6 and can't go over 9, I'll only take 3. Hopefully I get what I need. 2 black and a blue. It's now midday, so I can store. And that's exactly what I'll do with this red right here. For my evening action, I'm gonna learn the feast spell at a level 4, which lets me store 1 from the altar for my midday action. So I'll go ahead and discard my 3 black and 3 square runes. The other wizards will go ahead and get a red materia, and then I'll refill the altar. I'm discarding a triangle rune to draw 4 new ones. And I get 3 blue and 1 white. So I'll go ahead and store 1 materia from the altar for my midday action. And then I'll learn swiftness at a level 3 for my evening action. Oh wait, I just learned the wrong spell. That shouldn't have been abundance. This magic thing is harder than I thought it would be. Unfortunately, I can't take it back. So I'll just take my 2 materia from the vortex. I'll get 2 blue. I've already got the red, white, black, and yellow spells with an asterisk learned. So let's give them another red materia. There's only 5 materia on the altar, so I'll draw 2 more to refill up to 7. If I were to increase my yellow spell, I wouldn't gain the instant effect, but I will get the higher points, so that's a thought. I'll use my red sacrifice spell and discard the triangle rune materia to draw 4 new ones from the vortex. I got 2 green, a white square, and a red circle. I could use them and learn blue like I was supposed to do earlier, but I think I'll wait on that. So for my midday action, I'll store a purple materia, which is a poison, from the altar onto my familiar. For my evening action, I'll discard a circle rune to push my black spell up to a level 5. After I make sure I don't have over 9 materia, I'll give the other wizards a purple materia from the altar. And again, I'll add 2 more materia from the vortex to make sure there's 7 on the altar. Unfortunately, the only circle runes I have are from the 2 colors that I need. But I guess I'll discard a green one to draw 4 more. Maybe I'll get what I need. I got a yellow, purple, and red. I can still draw 1 more before I'm at 9, so I'll draw another. I've got the 3 blue and 3 other circle runes to learn a level 4 blue spell. Or spend everything and learn a level 5 spell. Well, first we're gonna do our midday action, and I'm gonna grab a yellow materia from the altar and put it on my familiar. I grabbed that one because my feast spell will give me 1 point for every different stored color. So I have my black, green, blue, white, red, purple, and now yellow. I have all 7, so I'm good to go. And since I'm good on storing the colors, I'll use all my materia to learn the level 5 swiftness spell. I won't get any endpoints, but I can do an additional morning action. That should be really helpful, especially since I don't have any materia at the present moment. Plus, maybe I'll be able to get the last 2 spells learned. I've got to give the other wizards a materia, so I'll give them a blue. Since that's at the end of the row, the altar gets discarded and refilled with 7 new materia. Hope some good ones come out that I need. For my first morning action, I'll take the purple circle and discard it right away so I can do my additional morning action and draw 4. So that gives me 2 purple, a green, and a yellow. I'll store 1 from the altar on my familiar for my midday action, and then for my evening, I'll discard the yellow circle room materia to raise my sacrifice spell up to level 5, which allows me to discard any rune to draw 4 new materia. So the other wizards will get a yellow materia, and then I'll refill the altar to 7. I'm just going to take both morning actions together and discard a green and purple materia to draw 8 and hope that I draw what I need. So my first draw gives me a blue, black, red, and yellow. And my second draw gives me another blue, yellow, red, and yellow. Not what I needed, but maybe I can use the runes for the wild. I am able to at least learn the levitation spell, which is the purple spell at a level 3. That'll leave me with only the growth spell, which is the green spell, to learn. For my midday action, I'll store a yellow materia. Then for my evening action, I'll learn my levitation spell at a level 3. I'll store another materia on the other wizard's board, then refill the altar to 7. They will definitely be maxing out at 40 points, so hopefully I can get my last spell learned or get some spells pushed up to get the points. Oh, the vortex is getting low, so I'll do this one action at a time. So my first morning action, my first draw, gives me 2 red, a white, and a yellow, and I got absolutely no colors that I need. There's only 3 materia left in the vortex, so I'm going to discard this yellow materia to draw 3, then refill the vortex and draw my 4th one. A green, white, black, and then another green. That's encouraging. I will be able to use 3 materia as a wild, since I have 3 with the same runes on them. To learn the green spell will give me 3 points, but to raise my purple spell will only give me 1 point, so the green spell is the better choice. Before I learn that spell, though, I'll store another materia on my familiar. It's evening, and I'll learn my green spell at a level 3 to get the points. Since I learned all 7 spells, the competition is over, which is a good thing, because the other wizards would have ended the competition anyway, since they filled up their board. Let's see how well I did. To win the competition, I'll have to beat their score of 40. So let's start with my feast spell, which is 1 point per different color materia stored on my familiar. I have all 7, so that's 7 points. So let's see, 7, 10, 13, 16, 20, 23, then 15 for my familiar. That gives me 38 points total. I didn't win the competition, but I think that by learning all these spells, it will really help me on my island and with my island goals. Maybe I'll stick around and talk to some of the other wizards. They might have some insights or knowledge that I can learn from them. Unless the portal has other plans for me. I guess I'll just have to wait around and see. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. And if you'd like to see what's happening on the island in between all my adventures, follow me on X formerly Twitter, at Pippy McDiceton. That's PippyMcDiceton. Yeah, I know. I still get X way out here, wherever here is. Crazy, huh? So until next time, it's Pippy.